The actions of stupid people. One beautiful evening during high school, a friend and I were invited to a party. I wasn't driving then, so a friend picked me up. By the time we got there, everything was fine. However, on the way back, he was stopped by a cop, pulling over to the side of the road. I told my buddy that I would pretend to be asleep because I was a passenger. So we can hear the cop getting out of his cop car, coming up to our car, stopping at the window, but saying nothing. I can feel the brightness of his flashlight on me, but I don't hear him or my friend say a word. After what seemed like an eternity, I couldn't help but open my eyes anyway to check what was going on. And at that moment, I saw my friend, the one behind the wheel, pretending that he was also asleep. I couldn't contain my laughter when I saw this comical situation. My friend, clutching the steering wheel in his hands, tilted his head to the side and closed his eyes, as if that could save him from the consequences. I didn't know what to do. On the one hand, it was funny, but on the other hand, the situation was quite serious. The policeman continued to stand at our window, and I realized that we had to do something about it. I decided that the best way to defuse the situation was to show some humor. I quietly whispered to my friend, "Hey, maybe we should wake up." He, without opening his eyes, just hummed in response. I glanced again at the policeman, who seemed unfazed by our game. His flashlight kept shining directly into our faces, and I got the feeling he wasn't going to let us go. Finally, the policeman knocked on the window. I felt my friend tense up, but still didn't open his eyes. I took the initiative and slowly opened the window. The policeman looked at me bewildered and then shifted his gaze to my friend, who continued to pretend to be asleep. "Hey kid, you okay?" The cop asked, clearly perplexed by our behavior. I tried to hold back a laugh and replied, "Yeah, I'm fine, just my friend is a little tired." The cop raised an eyebrow and didn't seem impressed with our game. "You need to wake up and show me your ID," he said, clearly annoyed. I looked at my friend, who finally opened one eye and, seeing that the situation was getting serious, quickly sat up straight. "I'm sorry, sir. I just wanted to get some rest," he mumbled, trying to look as innocent as possible. The policeman, unable to hide his smile, said, "You shouldn't sleep at the wheel, even if you're not driving." He asked us to show our papers, and while my friend looked for them in the glove compartment, I couldn't resist adding, "We just thought it would be a good joke." The cop shook his head and didn't seem to know whether to laugh or get angry. Finally, he handed us back our papers and said, "Okay, I won't detain you, but be careful. And please don't pretend to be asleep when you are stopped by the police." As we drove away, we both burst out laughing. "What a stupid thing to do," I said. My friend nodded, still laughing. "You know, sometimes I just don't know what's in my head," he admitted. That night we realized that silly acts can lead to unexpected situations. And while they can be funny sometimes, it's important to remember the consequences. We exchanged a promise to be more careful in the future and not get caught in such funny but risky situations. This incident became one of those stories that we have recalled over the years. We laughed about how silly we were being and how important it is sometimes to just be adults and make responsible decisions. From then on, we were always on our guard, especially when it came to the police, and tried not to repeat our mistakes.